Uh, Hi everyone, I'm Sylvia Adome and I got a great opportunity to interview Jaimie.
Hi, I'm Jaimie. I'm a sophomore from Vancouver, BC, and yeah, I'm an undeclared economics major.
It's a shame that you come up.
Maybe, we'll see.
I have a few questions related to art and I'm gonna go specifically to music because I've learned that you love music so much. So the first question, how would you describe art on your own words?
It's a very interesting question, Sylvia. I would say, first of all, that it is the essence of expression. I think it's about tapping into these really raw human emotions and finding a way to process them and then share them with people and bring people in so we can all connect. For me, I am loving my artistic journey because I'm finding my voice not only as a singer but also as a person in general. And I'm by no means an expert on what art is or what it should be, but I'm really excited to see where it takes me.
And what are your interests in art?
Right now, I'm mostly focusing on singing and piano, um, with a greater emphasis on singing. Yeah, it's something I've loved to do since I was in the ninth grade, 15, starting the choir, and yeah.
And what sparked you to decide to start taking music classes or singing classes?
It wasn't on my own accord when I first started. I did it to fulfill a creative requirement for high school when I was in the ninth grade. But I realized that I actually really love singing and choir and making music together with people. So I've stuck with it since then, and now I'm in the a cappella group here, and I plan to take more piano and singing classes. Yeah, it's great.
Since you're taking classes here at Whitman, if you compare it to your high school, how do you feel Whitman music level of classes are?
Definitely more advanced, for sure. Um, I've noticed more emphasis on the technical side of how we express ourselves, which is really great because I found that after finishing high school, I thought I was this really amazing singer. But then when I came here and I saw all these talented people just in the music hall, I thought to myself, wow, this is really humbling, and I have so much to grow and just to evolve as a singer.
Because it gives you an opportunity to collaborate with other musicians.
Yes, yes.
As well
Oh my
as like
gosh.
enable your voice to grow and have its own persona in it.
Mhm.
Um, what do you love most about being a musician?
As a disclaimer, I wouldn't say I'm a full musician yet. I'm still working on it. But from what I've experienced so far, I love just putting my ideas in a form which people can relate to outside of words. That's what I love.
And has music also provided you with an opportunity to express who you are as a person?
Definitely. I think sometimes I just get stuck when I'm only talking to someone, but music just allows me to get rid of all this crap we have throughout the day to day and just really speak from the heart, like sing what matters.
And what matters to you? I'm just curious. The audience might also be curious about that.
I think I just try to be, well, I'm currently figuring out who I am and what being authentic means. And I just have this feeling, I can't prove it of course, but that whenever I sing and I perform, I get closer and closer to who I think I am, but also who I want to be. So that's what matters to me right now.
Speaking like Nietzsche. What challenges have you faced by pursuing music?
Sometimes I just don't know where to start. I think you can take music in so many directions, and for someone who's mostly listened to pop music all their life and didn't have very much exposure to other genres and other influences, sometimes I feel like I have to cross this big gap to finally feel like a musician. I'm not sure where to find this gap and how big of a jump I have to make.
And have you talked to your professors or other students who take music to guide you through that path?
Sometimes, but I think we all have our own personal journey we have to go through if we want to develop ourselves artistically. So I do see the point in collaborating and finding people who interpret art a similar way to you, but it also requires a lot of self-reflection.
Accepting who you are. Next, we earlier talked about your interests in writing. Would you like to share about that?
Yeah, so recently I wrote the sociology paper called The Sociological Imagination. And essentially it's about how do you contextualize yourself and your lived experience through the history and society that surrounds you. So I talked about what it means to feel not gay enough in our society. And I want to talk about how our perceptions of straight and queer, because they're two very different, very distinct worlds, those two images are so polarized, and I feel like stuck in the middle. So even though I still like guys, it's just tough to feel like people assume you're straight all the time. And just to be asked like, are you sure? Or, wow, I would have never thought. So, yeah.
Does that annoy you when just people assume that you are straight?
Kind of, because it feels like you have to declare yourself all the time. And I'm not really into inorganically declaring your sexuality. I think there's a lot of performance in the gay community about adhering to straight people's expectations of how we should act. And that's very counterintuitive for me. So I don't want to follow in those footsteps because that's not empowering for me. And yeah, I just think it's unfair that straight people don't have to come out or say who they are because it's just normal.
And I'm from Kenya, and back home we don't get a space to talk about sexuality because there's this assumption that everyone is straight, but we still, like in this era, we still have girls who like other girls and boys who like other boys, and just LGBTQ is there, but in a society where it's not accepted, I never got an opportunity to learn more about it, experience it. It's until when I came here to Whitman, then I met people like you and other students who share the experience. But at the same time, how would you advise a person who doesn't want to reveal their sexuality because they're constrained in this society where you just assume you're straight and like you have to like the opposite sex? How would you like to advise someone who has been constrained in a different sexuality rather than themselves?
That's really tough, and it's something as a society we need to make progress towards. I was very fortunate to come from a very welcoming background in Vancouver. It's very West Coast, very accepting. And even coming here to Whitman, still more accepting at a liberal arts college than other places. So at times I feel lucky, but at the same time, I shouldn't have to feel lucky because it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't really affect other people. So I hate it when people just get so worked up about this when it doesn't really affect them. So it's really tough to advise people who are struggling through this as well, because I don't even have all the answers. And it's a situation you're kind of just forced into. It's not like you have a choice.
But thank you for sharing about who you are. And do you use either writing, because you said you used writing to express to your professor who you are as a person. What about music? Have you used music to express that?
Not to the same extent. I think music for me has more of a side of sounding better vocally, and I haven't gotten to that point where I should focus on the storytelling yet. I'm getting there, but not quite. So I think through writing, I don't have that barrier of vocal technique, so I find it a bit more liberating for now. But I think eventually as I become a more confident performer, vocalist, things will change, and both of them can complement each other.
I think you will reach there soon enough.
Oh, thank you, Sylvia.
You're welcome, Jaimie. Among the last few questions, if you had an opportunity to change anything in the music industry or anything in the world, what would it be and why?
That's a loaded question. It's sad how the music industry has evolved. From my interpretation, I see it as just a few old white men who decide all the music we listen to. And it's very oversaturated with the same vibes and pop, and it's all about staying relevant and not pushing art. And I don't know what that means, but I think that's a better goal than just to copy and use formulas to get views and likes and clicks online.
The next one. What do you aspire to be in life?
That's so tough. How am I supposed to have the answers at 19? I see myself right now in a specific job or career or profession right now, but I really hope that I can align my thoughts, my ambitions, and my actions all together. Because I think for me, authenticity is so important, and I would hate to live a life where you're lying to yourself about what you should be. And I've never really been afraid to go against other people's ideas of me. Yes, there are certain pressures I have from my parents to get a good degree here and think about the future in terms of the money I'll need to be making to support myself. But at the same time, I think I've been more sure of myself about what I don't want to do. And that's also good knowledge to know. So I don't quite know where I want to be, but I have a clear idea about the paths I should not take that will lead to unhappiness.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's a good advice.
And I feel like as I go through life, I will encounter many forks in the road where I will have to remind myself about these lessons I'm learning about authenticity and the right path for me, which can ultimately change. It's not a straight line, it can just curve to a destination. Just like art, actually. But yeah, I'm open to all these new possibilities now. I think, especially through sociology, that I have so much room to grow and explore and to learn and to really add something back to society. And I look forward to it.
So nice. I feel so touched. Thank you so much for this intensive, good interview.